True Romance is my favourite movie ever made. Yes, there are so many amazing films out there that make my top list, including Back to the Future, Heat, Aliens, The Matrix, Shawshank Redemption. But when anyone asks me what my number one film would be, I always say True Romance. It stars Christian Slater and a whole cast of talent, including Patricia Arquette, Gary Oldman, Christopher Walken, Samuel L. Jackson, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, and an early performance from Brad Pitt. True Romance, if it was released today, I think would have been a major hit. It was written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by the masterful Tony Scott in 1993. And it tells the story of Clarence, a pretty lonely guy working in a comic book store who ends up meeting Alabama in a theatre. And after watching back-to-back kung fu movies, sharing a touching scene in a late-night cafe, they get together only to find out that she was hired by his boss to entertain him, as she reveals later on that she's a cool girl. Clarence isn't unhappy the fact that she's a cool girl because he has the best time of his life. But then she reveals she's instantly fallen in love with him and she's connected to a big-time pimp and she needs to get her stuff back. What happens after this is what I would call a roller coaster of amazing storytelling, brutal set pieces, and a road movie to Hollywood to sell cocaine. And this they want to sell at a stupidly low price to a movie producer they're hooked up with. However, as the time moves on, they're chased by mafia and cops. The movie for me calls out cool all the way through. It has moments of comedy, incredible performances, brutal action scenes, and music by Hans Zimmer. It really is an unforgettable experience with all the flair of what Tony Scott movies are all about. The movie, when it was released on home video formats, ended up making it a cult classic and a piece of cinematic history. And I think it stands out amongst the crowd back then. But even now, True Romance has a director's cut, which has additional scenes. And I tell you, you've got to watch this version. I don't think there's any movie out there like True Romance. And that's why even today, it's my favourite movie ever made.